Nioh 2 is one of the best looking games that I've ever played. I mean, granted, it is a new game and it should look good, but Team Ninja really improved on their attention to detail. I love Nioh 2's world setting. When not in combat, you can really let the world sink its teeth into you. I chose to stabilize frame rate and it shows. The game runs buttery smooth and I never experienced any frame drops. Combat is the star here, not so much the exploration. All the levels progress in pretty much the same way. You make your way from shrine to shrine, which act as your home base to level up and tweak your skills, and you proceed to the mission's boss while unlocking paths and doors to make your route easier. You could argue that the level's puzzles are the enemies themselves, with how they're placed around the map and with mastering all the enemies' different fighting styles. As expected, enemies will come at you hard, even the small ones. Everything wants to kill you with 2 to 4 hits, sometimes 1. But as the player, you have more than enough tools at your disposal to handle your enemies. It's up to you and your skills as a player that will determine if you succeed. You can begin by choosing a weapon. You can choose from a single sword, dual sword, spears, and a spinning chain thing that I see online everywhere. I went with dual hatchets. Each weapon plays differently and uses up different amounts of stamina. More powerful but slower weapons use more stamina, while less powerful and faster weapons use less stamina. Another bar you're gonna have to manage is the Amrita bar. This allows for use of the Yokai cores and my favorite, the burst counter. A dodge move which gets you out of the way of danger instantly and allows you to perform stuns on enemies using finishing moves if you time it just right. The player's movement is 10 out of 10 spot on. And it has to be. Any wrong move is your fault, not the game's. You'll have to learn when to dodge, and it's different with every enemy. You'll have to learn when to find your openings to move in and attack the enemy. Dodging and running use up stamina as well, so keep that in mind. There's 4 skill trees for every weapon. You're going to want to build up the skill tree related to the stance you like using the most. For me, I built up mid stance and low stance. For the hatchets, I unlocked some sick moves like charging up and throwing them at enemies, which I will admit I did cheese this move quite a bit. I also unlocked a move that throws my hatchet downward in close combat, which depletes enemy stamina and does pretty good damage. You'll find a bunch of abilities like this in the skill tree. Story is Nioh 2's weakest aspect. Your main character is a spirit who's hired to kill yokai, and he gets tangled up in Oda Nobunaga's clan and their mission to take over Japan. That's all fine, but it's the mission structure I'm not a fan of. After your first mission, you're taken to an overworld map where you can select your next mission or side missions. I'm sorry, but this format takes me out of the game completely. It's like I'm just selecting different maps to play with no real purpose. I think a linear story structure like Onimusha or something like that would have been better. And I get that they wanted you to use side missions as a way of leveling up before main missions, but like I said, about halfway through the game, I got tired of this format. In conclusion, Nioh 2's combat is damn fulfilling after you master it, and it's worth mastering. The developers did a hell of a job balancing all the aspects of combat. If you're a fan of samurai / feudal Japan and want to feel immersed in that world, then Nioh 2 is for you. That'll do it for my thoughts on Nioh 2. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Make sure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and if you have, thank you so much for returning and watching the video. Make sure to join us for the next one. See ya.